स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांद राधा कांद नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So, the Gajendra pastime comes on the 8th canto of Bhagavatam. And the 8th canto, on the 2nd chapter, is what it's actually narrating the Gajendra pastime. So, as Prabhu was asking, we will actually touch base on the pastimes very briefly. We don't spend much of the time there. So it is said that on this 8th canto, on the 2nd chapter, it said that it's on the midst of milk ocean of milk, right? So this is not on the material world, it's somewhere in the heavenly planets, right? So on the midst of a milk ocean, there was a mountain called Trikuta Mountains, right? On these Trikuta Mountains, it's a beautiful place, and like beautiful forest, beautiful lakes were there. All this is kind of like as a mountain where it's like so many beautiful things are there, and the king of that place is called Gajendra, right? So when I heard this Gajendra first time, I was thinking like, Gajendra is not an appropriate word, right? So Gajendra means what? The king of elephants, right? Actually, there is nothing like a king of elephants. There is only one Indra, that's called Mrigendra. You heard about Mrigendra?
Lion.
Mrigendra means lion. There is only one king in the forest, right? And that king is lion, right? So here, in this particular area, lion is not a king. Who is the king there? Gajendra, right? So there is something called a Narendra. Narendra means what? Narendra Modi, who is the king of Narendra means the king of Nara, king of human beings, right? So that personality is appropriate to have Narendra Modi because he is the supreme person, at least politically, and he is doing some good things, right? Anyways, we don't have to go there. At least he banned cow slaughter, he cleaned Ganga and all these kind of things. Anyway, so here Gajendra is inappropriate when you go into the normal Sanskrit colloquial language because there never elephant can become a king of the forest, right? But here it is said that Gajendra has become the king, and the lion of that place, the actual person who was supposed to be the king, he was scared of Gajendra, and he was actually, whenever Gajendra sound is there, whenever he is coming to the place, kings, tigers, deer, rhinoceros, every living entities will be fleeing away out of fear, right? And they were actually scared because of this Gajendra. So Gajendra was such a big elephant, and he was actually having the great majesty of ruling that entire Trikuta mountains, right? And then one day what happens that Gajendra came along with the whole family, his wife, 2, 3, not even one wife, there are 2, 3 wives. Not even 3, I don't know how many wives. Bhagavatam says wives, it's plural. So n number of wives maybe, right? He came with his wives and his children, his friends and his family, everybody, they came on a tour to this wonderful lake. And then they were actually, this lake was full of lotuses and everything, and this Gajendra was completely, mesmerized in his worldly, pleasures. And he just came and he was just went into the river and into the lake, and he was having his own leelas and pastimes, and then was having fun there, right, along with his wives. So what happened is that a powerful crocodile came and attacked the Gajendra's leg, right? And then what happened is that Gajendra was in trouble now. So Gajendra, being a very powerful elephant, was trying his level best to get freed from the clutches of this crocodile. So, but then Gajendra couldn't do that. So the first time, it is said that the Bhagavatam said, the first time in Gajendra's life, Gajendra realized that there is something more powerful than me in this material world. He realized. And Prabhupada in his purport wonderfully says that we are also like Gajendra, thinking that nothing can touch me in this material world. We are in that mother means what? Pride. So mother is actually connected with elephant, because elephant gets that what do you call that? Elephant get that. Elephant get that particular kind of problem wherein it will at certain time of the year it will have that
It's a mother water, right? From years.
Yeah. He gets that kind of like disturbed, and he will be out of his mind, and he will go around, and he will actually destroys all the places. Have you seen that elephant going mad?
Crazy.
Right? That is what called mother. It's called mother ana. Mother ana means mother gaja. Mother gaja means a person who is actually mad elephant. So Prabhupada says that we are all like a mad elephant. We are thinking that okay, there is nothing can touch me in this material world. I'm enjoying like anything. But when the Maya holds or puts his clutches on us, that's when we realized, okay, there is something wrong, right? So that's when, and Prabhupada says that we should always be like Gajendra, who should be knowing whom to take shelter of, right? So here also same thing. Gajendra was actually caught in the clutches of the crocodile, and he was fighting by himself for how many days? For 1,000 years, Gajendra was actually fighting. He was actually trying his level best to get out of the clutches of crocodile, and then he was trying with the help of his wives and his friends and everybody, his children, everybody was pulling Gajendra, but then this crocodile was very powerful. Gajendra couldn't come out of that one. So then, what happened? Then Gajendra became weak, and gradually he realized, okay, I cannot do this by myself. And then Gajendra come to his senses. Prabhupada said that is the first time Gajendra came to his senses. And that's when Gajendra just thought, okay, let me think about what should I do now. And then immediately he got the realization that okay, now I should take the shelter of the Supreme Lord. And that's when he started doing the prayers. Okay, is that good enough for the asset?
Yeah, but who was Gajendra?
I know, we will come to that. That is actually mentioned on the next chapter. Okay. So the first thing is this,
prayers.
And the second chapter is this story. The third chapter is the prayers, and the fourth chapter is when it's said about the history of who were this Gajendra. So we will tell that. So we will actually go with the last verse of the second chapter of Gajendra. What did Gajendra do when he realized of something is wrong? What should I be doing in this precarious situation? In that one, Srila Prabhupada is mentioning that the king of elephants, in his condition of danger, decided to seek shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Srila Prabhupada is saying, after considerable thought, he intelligently arrived at this correct decision. Such a decision is not reached by a sinful man. Right? This is very important. Srila Prabhupada is giving in his purport that he has taken after considerable thought, because Prabhupada is saying that we will be doing our level best with our all might, with all our possessions, with all our, whatever power we have, we will try our level best. But then if nothing works out, an intelligent person will think, okay, now what should I do? And then he will come to the correct decision. And that kind of decision will not be taken by a sinful man, is what Prabhupada is saying. Why Prabhupada is saying like a sinful man cannot take that? Because that means that we have to do some sukriti. We have to do some. We might be needing some credit in our account to come to that decision, right? So that means that decision will not be coming automatically. There should be some reason for you to arrive to that decision. What is that? We will see in the subsequent thing. And then Gajendra was thinking, in that situation, Gajendra was thinking, like, what is the reason for this suffering? What is the reason? What is the cause for my suffering? What is the cause for Gajendra's suffering? Crocodile, of course, right? But then Gajendra, being an intelligent person, as Prabhupada is mentioning, he was thinking like, this crocodile is not my problem, right? There is something more than that, right? So it is difficult to find a person who is responsible for my trouble, right? It is myself only who is actually put myself in this difficult situation, right? It was my mother, it was my my own pride which actually reached me in this one. This crocodile has become just a nimitta, an instrument, what do you call, a tool, right, in the hands of the Lord. It is nobody. Prabhupada saying that nobody can harm any other person without the sanction of the super soul. Prabhupada mentions wonderful point. Nobody can harm you. I cannot harm you. You cannot harm me without the sanction of the Supreme Lord. The same thing happens in the Bhagavad Gita in the first canto, wherein the Dharma bull, the bull who is the Dharma who is taken the form of a bull. Remember that episode? When Kali has beaten all the legs of Dharma, only one leg was there, and he was standing with the support of that one leg. And so all these three legs were beaten by Kali. And then Maharaj Parikshit came and asked Dharma bull,